Officially back after the break, and we're continuing here to make sure that we drive your business and giving you relevant information that can lighten up your weekend. And also information that is going to guide you throughout making sure that you run and drive your businesses by knowing what is happening from the business world. This is Smart Means Business. The weekend is ahead of us, and time for us to...
Friday. It's when I get very excited because we talk about entertainment, we talk about social media that creates a lot of smiles and laughter. So there is this one where I have Sham, a friend Sham, a colleague actually, she's a journalist. So she tags on her status everything that happens. Akozatia, Agambiatia. So I just reflected on that. Okay then, and away from that, before we head into our insight, how are you doing? It's a Friday. Make sure you comment on our status bars in regards to how you're feeling, but more so, how are you going to make sure you drive business around the weekend? Weekends are not purposely for just sleeping over or not sleeping over, okay, resting or having that leisure time. What is wrong with you? Can you at least try to draw a plan on how you're going to make sure you still earn over the weekend? How can you do that? Number one, let me advise students.
Before visiting, to go and do boyfriend duties.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about that, because that's the most time when
wife
people...
duties on girlfriend allowance.
Yeah, people are living up country, not seeing each other, boyfriend, girlfriend, man and woman, husband and wife. And on a Friday, that's when they plan, you know, to travel, to go meet their family, to go and see their spouse, or to even go at home to find, you know, if you're in boarding school, that's when your parent can pick you up to come and feed on that chicken at home. But how do you always plan for that particular time? Make sure everything is set for the next reporting day on when you're going back to that particular work. But I was driving my point home of trying to understand, especially I want to help students because it's going to be a Saturday. And most of them maybe do not go to work to attend school on Saturday or Sunday. How are you going to make sure you collect, how is it called, upkeep? Upkeep for a Monday day, because not every day, every working day, Monday, Tuesday, Friday, your mother, your guardian is going to give you something. So you need at least to have a plan. Number one, there is selling newspapers. Did you know that? That they are paid at some point on a daily
And those ones are already registered already.
I'm giving an idea so that at least you can start. You can start planning. Or
for how you can get part of the
this Saturday
exercise.
or Sunday, this weekend, you might miss out. Then try to miss out looking out for what you're going to be doing on that particular weekend. You can go sell newspapers because those are people who earn on a daily basis. We have got people going in the parks because it's a weekend. People tend to go to move a lot. So you have ever seen this? Have you ever seen people selling abatamza water?
In the parks, yeah, very many.
Soft drinks.
Even at this time, they are still doing that.
So you can do that. Those people are not paid weekly. They're earning daily. You just go to that retailer or wholesaler, Nakwa, your juicy water, and then after giving to you, you negotiate on the percentage you're going to take per bottle of the sale. Or on that particular box, I have someone I asked. So, kwa box, I'm like 12 soft drinks, different ones, and you might find it's just going to take up one bottle as a sale. So you can take up that as well. And after that, there is also an opportunity for you. There is newspaper, there is that sale, and I can say this, it might look funny, sound funny, but someone can do it because other students are doing it. Going to do laundry for other people.
During the weekends.
Yes, do laundry for other people. Go and babysit. But someone is saying, if I babysit, when is the time going to be for to go visit my boyfriend, girlfriend? With now that app that
these days people want to have.
Zonka has got an app here, very friendly app.
People want people want women who are willing to also support them
I'm
financially.
talking about that app you are interested in.
Makerere University students came up with an app. I still don't know why, of all apps, they thought about this particular one. I'm not going to say I'm against it, because we believe in innovations and we are strongly pushing for digital.
The app idea is very nice.
The idea is good.
The individual who developed the app, but also, you know, he got an opportunity because he was trying to identify. The reason behind the idea is at least not so good. Yes, it's reported that the app mainly is focusing on, it's called Moves Su. Give us the name.
Chikoni Sure.
Chikoni Sure. So the app is
yourself
Chikoni
that
Sure.
partner from Makerere.
And combining alleges that
Mm.
it's combining 3 universities. The UCC is allegedly being there. Moves is allegedly being tagged on the app. Which other?
UCU to expel us here. UCU.
But the sense behind the app is that if you want, you can imagine a parent looking at that. You can imagine.
No, the innovation of the app is.
No, I mean,
point.
okay.
The
reality behind the application.
Okay.
I'm a parent. I've sent Rita to school.
So it's literally not a social media, but it's more of a social networking.
Okay, it's a social networking, helping people connect, interact, and interact with each other. But honestly, most debates now, motions are derived to sexuality about the app, because they alleges that it is designed for those who want.
People should start doing. Business.
The ladies there are selling their body for money in return, maybe catering for their tuition, for their needs, whatsoever.
And we're not driving business that way, by the way.
But people are earning a living from there. And we're not saying prostitution is legal around the country. No, it has never been highlighted that way. But of course there are people, you know, earn a living that way.
It's a social evil. You know,
what
there was
I'm
a topic in divinity. I don't know if at all. Why do they say, why is money? Is it?
Money is evil.
No, it's no,
it's
there's
a
a way
Friday.
they put it.
We speak about money, social life, how we encounter that.
There's a way they phrase. No, not that. There's a way they phrased it in a way that it is
sin.
It is not sin. It's just like a social evil. Someone needs it. Still, sometimes it's a problem. So that is literally.
Okay, speaking about the application as I wind up on that particular application. So I'm a parent. I'm Joram's father. Because especially men will be looking out for that particular app. Men, ladies, why?
According to reports that are coming up, it's men. It's actually more men on the app who are looking,
Yes, more men are going to embrace that app away from the ladies. And what happens is that you're going to find your daughter. There is a coincidence that you're going to find your daughter. This is not balanced at all. I like the creativity here. I like the fact that people are going to make money here. Maybe we're going to follow up with the inventor or the creator of that particular app and let him tell his story. He's a gentleman. Let him tell his story as to why he came up with that particular one. Because it's going to help a lot of people as well advance their lives.
Come up with the same.
I'm not coming up with the same app, but I'm saying he has done something that is going to create change. Imagine if I'm going to get a smartphone from that app. I'm going to give credit to that app because it gave me a source of income. Away from that, I was still assuring you on how you can make money as a student. Do the laundry, go sell newspapers, go sell, there is water, soft drinks around parks and that is transportation areas, because a lot of people are traveling to and forth. Another job that earns on daily is car washing areas or washing bays, and you can go wash a car and you can earn as well from washing, especially for gentlemen. But I don't want even to cross gender on this one. I don't want to be gender biased on this one. Even ladies, you can also actually you can even have the opportunity more than if we're to go to a wash bay right now. I might attract more customers as a lady if we're going to ask for it on a daily basis. As a lady.
In some areas.
You seem to be, to have lost interest in something. What's up? What is the mood? What is the change of mood, Joram?
Women with thinking, they are very important in this generation.
We are very important. Without a lady, Joram, you wouldn't be here. And that is credit to every woman out there.
To the students, continue making sure that every weekend you get yourself a job. It is important because this topic of women emancipation may not end today. Once you're battling with a woman, I was told you have to accept. Before things go in a situation.
For the sake of accepting,
on a very serious note, by the way, women are the foundation or are the main force behind a successful man.
I wish you good luck on finding your sister on that
regardless. That is when I will have to identify. I understand that no dowry whatsoever for a man like me.
Okay, what is more on our story?
And more besides looking at the Friday situation, we are going to discuss the SMB Insight. We're drawing back to what was happening from our previous Insight yesterday. A very sensitive topic of saving for investment. Why you need to put that money into use, because ideally all of us are very good at saving if you look at that. But how best can we save? Because only saving for expenses may not be enough. And again, in today's SMB Insight, we take it back a little bit on what we had for you yesterday. And for those that missed this particular one, it is time for you to look at why it is important for you to save for investment.
Is that notion that Ugandans don't save? I don't believe in it. Ugandans actually save money. So once you save money and you fail to invest that money, you stand a risk of losing value. So you've seen how prices are hiking. Everything is becoming expensive. Inflation is the punishment to savers. Why? You've saved, you've not grown the money.
Oops, inflation is a punishment to savers. Whew, that hit a nerve, I should say. Well, welcome to the SMB Insight. As today, we look at saving for investment, and our coach and today's financial advisor is none other than
Sharon Tumushabe. I'm the Vice President of Sales at Zeno Investment Management. My role on a daily basis is to help people plan, save and invest for their goals.
Saving for investment is clearly putting your savings into use, but is that all?
Saving for investment means you have this money today, so than you to just keep it on an account or at home, you actually get to invest it in an asset. So there are two types of assets. There's lending, what we call debt, and then there's what we call equity, owning something, shares, or if you own a business, then you've invested in a business. So you're a shareholder in that business. It could be lending. I have these savings, let me lend it to my friend to invest in a business, they give me a return. So you either do the debt or owning. And majority of the times, saving for investment means I have these savings, let me put them to work, let me earn a return at the end of the investment. Now, when you talk about investments, there is risk usually attached. So this investment you want to make, what risk does it have? Is it high risk, high return? Is it a low risk, low return? So you always have to look at that as you're planning to make these investments. So typically when you save, get this money and put it in an asset that is going to grow the savings, so that in the future, let's say 3 months or 6 months from now, you've actually accumulated some kind of return that helps you beat inflation. So moving your money through time. So we've invested 10,000 today. After 6 months, it has become 10,500 shillings. So that 500 has come because you've been actively investing this money. So saving for investment means don't just save the money, put it in an asset that is going to earn you a return at the end of a period.
When looking for how to invest your savings, what should one do?
The easiest way is using a professional. When you use a professional, you take away the hassle of doing research, the hassle of finding which asset to invest in, the hassle of calculating how much you're actually earning, lessing your expenses. So for somebody who has their savings, I would recommend them to actually go to a regulated fund manager. Now, a regulated fund manager has a license from the Capital Markets Authority. These are professionals that have gone to school that understand financial markets or financial assets. They are able to guide you on how to invest for your short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. So financial assets are investments that people don't utilize a lot because they don't teach us these things in school. You're either going to do a research on your own, and that's how you're going to learn that I can actually lend the government. I can lend my money to the bank without me just having a savings account. So these are things that people are not educated about. But there's investments, there's banking, there's insurance. So investments is when you put your money in an asset so that it grows.
But then, what happens once you are done getting this professional or financial advisor?
Once you find an advisor that can guide you on what kind of plan you need for your goal, it's always good to start with the goal. Why am I saving? Because there's an end goal. So you turn your goals into financial goals. I want to educate my child. I want to build a home. What is that thing that you want to save for? Is it a short-term goal? So if it's a short-term goal, then the way you organize your assets for a short-term goal is totally different from a goal that is 10 years from now. So you would find someone actually buying land and they will need this money in 3 or 6 months from now. So, and then we know that land is a fixed asset. So are you actually solving that liquidity that you will need in 6 months? Was that the most optimal asset to buy? So, but once you know what the goal is, if you're buying land for retirement, 10 years, 5 years from now, it makes sense, right? So then do that kind of investment. If your goal is a short-term goal, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, they're unit trust funds. You don't have to just save this money, invest it. The unit trust funds give you access to financial assets like bonds, treasury bills, fixed deposits, equities, companies that are listed on the stock exchange. You're able to invest in all these assets. So let's not just save. Let's also put this money to work by investing it in financial assets and other alternative investments. There is land, owning a business, but let's avoid to put our eggs in one basket. Please don't invest all your savings in that one business and that's it. If anything happened to it, we saw what COVID did to us. You have that shop. When COVID came, shops were closed. So how did you meet your short-term goals like feeding your family, paying rent? Let's diversify. Have some money in short-term assets like financial assets. Have some money in a business. Buy land. Diversify, like have different kinds of assets than just investing in that particular one asset. Because it's working for you today, it doesn't mean that even in the future it will continue working the same. So let's spread our risk and let's invest smartly. And people are able to actually get this advice free of charge. We have built a platform online that helps you to plan for your various goals. And you don't need to be a customer. We don't charge for it. It's free of charge.
Well, that's Sharon Tumushabe for you, the Vice President, Sales, Zeno Investment Management. If you're to just have it in a nutshell, saving is putting money aside, gradually, typically, into a bank account. And investing is using some of your money with the aim of helping to make it grow by buying assets that might increase in value, such as stocks, property, or shares in a mutual fund. There you have it, saving for investment. Till then, in our next SMB Inside. Save that money, put it in circulation by investing it, not putting it in circulation by buying alcohol. And okay, I'm not against people who buy their alcohol because
it's a Friday. I mean, you have to make that body happy
but
as well.
Also learn you need to invest
for the future, for the future plan. Especially, you need to plan for your retirement. You need to plan for emergency cases. You need to plan for your child's education. You need to plan for your health. Okay, health could tangle around emergency cases. You need to plan for your family, because there is one thing, Joram, I don't know if you have been concerned with it. At least in every year, you realize you have to contribute to a function. As a family or as an individual, you have to contribute to someone's introduction. Hey, Babu. You have to contribute to a wedding. You have to contribute to a funeral.
Yes.
Yeah, burial. You have to contribute to, even as a family, there are big days. There is Easter coming up.
There is charity and all the things that do happen.
There is Easter,
contributions
there is
are
Christmas, there is Eid coming. So you make sure you have to have money sold for there. And what happens around here? Oh, those are always emergency cases. Even when I told you, Joram, I have got a function coming up in 2 months, you're not going to consider me in 2 months, but you consider me start planning for Rita's intro around 2 weeks. 2 weeks to that intro. That's when now the pressure kicks in for you, Joram. You're like, oh my God, Rita told me she has got, you know, a wedding coming up. I'm supposed, and you don't have it. What are you going to do? Go on a date. You're going to get money or loan to make sure you give me something because you promised. So the earlier planning around saving for investment, the better. All that can be categorized. That's not an emergency, but you can have a family fund whereby even when something happens in a family, because there are contributions you make as a family, maybe Joram's Sonko family. Oh, I wish you the best.
The Sonko's family.
You're going to use Sonko's, eh? Or you're already Sonko's family?
The Sonko's family. Soon in HD.
So the Sonko's family has contributed 1 million, 3 million. That million,
Sonko's
how are you going to
contribute 10 million?
50 million. Oh, Sonko's family contributing 20 million. But how are you going to raise that million of money or millions of money in a short period? There has to always be a plan prior. If you're not saving for that particular investment to make sure
it may hit you, and
you're always going to put people on pressure and try to always, you know, tell people, can you hurry, we have a deadline to meet. Whereas if someone planned earlier to save for that. But again, we have things that we would want. You want to build a house, you want to buy a car, you want to save for travel. You're a person who wants to travel. How are you saving for your travel?
Sometimes travel is when you get some.
No, you have gigs. Don't talk about your gigs, Joram.
No, you see.
At least you have bigger plans.
When you get your gig. Now, travel is more of a leisure, and leisure can hit you at any one time. You just feel like today I'm supposed to. Next week I should go somewhere, and then you're like, if at all I get this money by this time, I'll put it aside and say.
I agree and disagree with you at some point because we need to plan for our vacations. Please plan for your vacation. Don't get a trap that anytime you want to travel, you just go. You need to plan because I mean, business people are working. Someone works month to month, and then there is that leave they give them. How are you going to plan for that if you want to go to Dubai to have a vacation? You're not going to. Let me hope someone took Charles to Dubai. But how are you going?
To KFC.
Instead of Dubai, I'm telling you. Okay then, as we head into a break, you need to plan for your vacation, you need to plan for your family treats or family picnics. I mean, these are some of the orientations that you need to plan before coming into pressure with that. And you can only do that with the saving right now. How can you save? You can save on your digital wallets. That's using mobile money saving plans. You can take use of NSSF, the government social fund. You can take use of your SACCOs. Those are ways of saving. Just saving for the near future, for just tomorrow or emergency. But if you need bigger plans, school fees, retirement, wealth creation, you need to have a strong saving culture. That means you're not just going to save in circles, but rather do an investment plan for that. That is when you're just going to attend that. That's it for me now. Now, back to the Friday mood.
Well, and make sure that you do some planning. Like Rita says, it's important for you to plan whether you're going to save or whether you want to invest, but plan quicker and plan in the best way possible so that you don't counter crash in any way during the long run or when you're doing your business or dealing in your leisure activities and all that. But with that, we're going to take a break. We are continuing after that with more discussions to do with business. It is a Friday and we will be looking at the local movie industry. Smart24, driving business. Smart24, driving business.